Hey everybody, we're on.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is JD, and you are tuned in to Veteran Network Weekly Team Training here on our Google Hangout. And this week we're covering a few things, and we've got a couple new guests in the team training series here that we're putting together. Arvo is he's an Air Force veteran. Arvo, say what's up, man.
How's it going, everybody?
Oh, buddy. And also we got Rodney. Rodney, what's up, bud?
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Rodney. I appreciate you guys staying up, man. I know, up on the East Coast, gets kind of late for you guys. It's past your bedtime, so we definitely appreciate you guys staying up so you can drop a little bit of knowledge on us. Um, so basically, what we're going to do today is Arvo's going to go over a little bit of information on branding. Then Rodney is going to go over a little bit of information on how to use your visuals on social media. And then I'm going to cover some of the basics on your sales funnel, especially for you newer individuals that have heard those words thrown around quite a bit. You probably have some questions on what those are. And you can ask questions in the chat, or you can just go ahead and hit me up on Facebook. I'm more than happy to answer those questions for you. So let's go ahead and let's jump into it first with Arvo. Arvo, what are you talking about today? Branding?
We are talking about branding and the importance of branding. Branding basically is making your own stand, making your own place on the internet. And there's a very, very important reason for that. There's companies out there that we don't always work for the same company. We don't always stay with the same company, and we may eventually go to a different company, or like some of us, we work in several different companies. The one thing that will remain the same, and the one thing that you want to go ahead and take from company to company to company, is yourself. You need to go ahead and brand yourself. Whether you brand yourself as your own name, whether you brand yourself as a motto, or whether you actually come up with a logo and everything, it's very important to go ahead and have branding for your own self. That way you stand out. You're the unique person. You're not just working for a company. You are a person in that company. You are a unique individual, and you are making your own space on the internet. And that's basically what you want to do when you're doing branding. Um, One of the things that I learned in one of the very first live events that I went to was how to brand. There's a very good way to go ahead and compare it to. It's real estate. You have property owners, and the more property you own, the more area and the better that you are known around a certain area. Well, the internet's the same way. The internet has real estate. You have different areas of the internet that you want to be on. That way you are known. That way you have made yourself known. That way you can be out there. That way you can get clients. People know. People trust you. If somebody gives you a call, says, "Hey, I want to buy something from you," if they look you up on the internet, they need to know that you're a real person, that you're not just some person that's going to be gone tomorrow. The more internet real estate that you own, the more that you're out there, the more social media that you cover, the more that you're out as a real person, the more they're going to be able to trust you, and the more willing they're going to be to go ahead and buy from you, the more willing they're going to be to join your team. If you're just out there and you want to be known, The easiest way to do it is to get onto social media. There is 1,001 different areas of social media, and each one of those social medias is a little piece of that real estate. You want to go ahead and cover as much real estate and ground as you can to be known. With a name like Arvo that I have, you'd think that it'd be something real simple. Hey, type in Arvo on Google and I'll be found. Well, no. Arvo is a very popular name in Europe to begin with. Also, Arvo is an acronym for an optical company. It's a multi-million dollar optical company. Every time I type in just the word Arvo, the first thing that comes up in any kind of Google search, whether I put my last name in, whether I put Arvo the Carolina Mechanic, which became my moniker, that was my self-proclaimed moniker. That was my own self-proclaimed branding. But I'll be honest with you, that's not the branding that actually came to me, and how that happened I'll explain a little bit later. But to be seen and found on Google, to be seen and found on all the search engines is going to be your ultimate goal. The more that you are seen, the more that you are found, the easier that you're found, the more people are going to go ahead and trust you, and the more people are going to go ahead and want to be part of your team, the more people are going to want to buy from you, and the more of a real person that you're going to be. All right? But like I said, even with my name, Arvo, the acronym for a multi-million-dollar company, it took me almost 8 months. 8 months of being on different social media, Facebook, Twitter, Craigslist, Skype, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Tumblr, Zanga. I mean, I put my name out there on all of them, and I went ahead and put in the Carolina Mechanic, my moniker, or I would abbreviate it TCM, the Carolina Mechanic. I wanted myself to be out in as many platforms as I could so that I would be found in social media, and so that all the search engines would start finding me. It just came just a couple of weeks ago to where I actually pushed Google to the point where page 1 on anything that I found came up as me and not either Arvo Part the artist or Arvo the billion-dollar corporation for the optical. I mean, I considered that a goal. I mean, that's kind of like knocking Walmart off of page 1. I mean, if your last name is Walton, guess what? Walmart's going to show up one way or another on page 1 unless you work real hard to go ahead and get them knocked off. And like I said, I finally got them to the point where when I type in Arvo the Carolina Mechanic, page 1 is all me. It's nobody else. And that's what you want to do as far as branding is concerned. Now, I came up with the moniker of Arvo the Carolina Mechanic. That was my own self-proclaimed moniker. You can use your own name. That's not a problem. Jeff uses Veterans Network, and he uses his name. I use my name, and I use my moniker of the Carolina Mechanic. But you have to decide what you want for your own personal branding. You have to decide what your company is going to be. You can go ahead and use anything. I mean, you can literally go ahead and call yourself something like two guys there that worked for Handy Dan's Hardware were laid off here back in the late 70s. Those two guys got their own moniker and worked hard and got their own hardware business. 20 years later, Handy Dan's Hardware went out of business, and then they opened up their own chains. They're now called Home Depot. That's their moniker. That is their branding. You want to go ahead and be known as something, okay? That is, again, you can go ahead, a company can go ahead and end. I mean, heaven forbid the company that we're with, Empower or anything else, ends tomorrow. Problem is, if it ends tomorrow, I mean, we've got teammates that were in other companies such as Wake Up Now. And lo and behold, Wake Up Now is a good business. It ran for a while and everything, but I mean, it ended almost overnight. When it ended overnight and everything, those people went on. 90% of the people that were in that company went on to something else. Well, if you are branding, if you're branding yourself, if you're not just selling Wake Up Now as a person in there, if you are selling as an individual and you just happen to be selling that product, you can go on to your next product. Branding is one of the most important things that you can do, and it's virtually free. It's just something you have to start literally from square one. It's something you have to plan. It's something you have to think about. Now, planning doesn't always happen the way you want it. I started out with my blogs, and I wanted to go ahead and come up with some unique pictures on top of my blogs to go ahead and explain my blogs. Well, I used to go ahead and joke around when I was in the military, and my Monday mornings I'd go ahead and do a slideshow for the troops and for my commander. It was basically a safety lineup from the previous week. Well, I started photoshopping pictures in of different accidents that happened just to kind of lighten them up and everything. Well, I did the same thing with my blogs. I just started poking fun at myself. I'd go ahead and put a big-headed Arvo sitting on top of Superman, or I'd put a big-headed something on a rowboat in the middle of Dubai in front of the hotel, and I'd use that for my themes. I'd relate it to the theme of my blog, and I'd put that in. Well, I didn't think anything of it. Well, soon all the 5, 6, and 7-figure earners started talking about it and joking about it and everything, and say, hey, that's pretty cool. That's a neat way to go ahead and brand yourself. Well, my wife calls it accidental branding, because even though I like to go ahead and call myself the Carolina Mechanic, now I'm kind of branded with the pictures that I put on my blog. And just last week, Blogger, the website, went ahead and actually took one of my old pictures and posted it on their website as unique branding. So, like I said, it was accidental, it wasn't planned, but sometimes you got to run with what you got. And like I said, it worked for me, and you got to find out what's going to work for you. But it's one of the most important things that you can possibly do is brand yourself. And like I said, go out there, look at the social media that you have. Get as much real estate as you can. And like I said, if you don't like the major social media that's out there, I mean, you got Facebook, you got all Instagram and all that stuff, but if you go ahead and type into Google social media, you'll find over 300 different kinds of social media. I mean, there's over 50 different veterans groups alone. I mean, there's every kind of social media that you can possibly want ahead and get. Any kind of interest that you have, there's a social media for it. Get as much social media ground as you can. Put yourself out there. That's the best thing I can say, is just put yourself out there. Once you're out there, you can go ahead and get your business off the ground. All right? Jeff, is there anything you'd like to add to that?
No, man, I think you did a great job on that. I completely agree. Obviously, with most of us in Empower Network, and we've got some side things you do. I know Adam just popped on. Myself and Adam do radio and a few other things. But it's important to be able to brand yourself. I completely agree with you on that, because even if it turns out down the road that you do want to change or veer toward a different path, your name's the only thing that you have to take with you. So as long as people know your name, it can actually be pretty easy to stop doing one thing and pick up on another thing if you have this huge group of people that trust you and will follow you. So absolutely, man, you got some great points there.
Transition is the main thing. As an entrepreneur, most entrepreneurs don't have just one source of income. They have multiple sources of income. and the branding has to go ahead and go from one to another. You can't be one person here and another person there. The branding, like I said, is going to go straight across the board for everything that you do.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you again. That's Arvo. Arvo, what's your blog, man?
My blog is building a brand online. Arvo, the Carolina Mechanic.
Outstanding, man. I definitely appreciate you stopping in. Are you going to stick around for the rest of the training?
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, I think Rodney just stepped away for a second. I know Adam, who's one of the team leads here for the Veteran Network, he just stepped on. What's going on, Adam?
Hey, everybody. My apologies for being fashionably late, but I caught the last end of this, and a great job on the branding. A lot of great information there, so I'm happy to be here tonight. So.
Outstanding, man. Good to have you as always, Adam. And of course, we've got our radio show tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow. But this is recorded, so we'll go ahead and knock that out. Now, while we're waiting on Rodney, for the rest of the team members, whether you're watching this live or you're watching it on recording, huge announcement last night from David Wood, where inside Empower Network, or basically just to the side of Empower Network, there's another system that a lot of us use called iPass, and they made the announcement last night that they will be merging. So they are coming together to create all new training. iPass is an awesome system that helped us boost our Empower Network sales, but they've got a lot of great ideas that they both come up with, and they're on the same page with, so they will be merging. And so I'm extremely excited about that. I'm also extremely excited that I'm going to be in Las Vegas next week for the Rise event. I know a lot of you are trying to get there. Try with everything you can to get there. These events are phenomenal. As a matter of fact, Arvo, you've been to the last few events. Give me an idea, or give our new teammates, an idea of kind of what to expect if or when they go to one of the events.
The training at the events is absolutely phenomenal. They always have guest speakers there that's going to go ahead and give you tips and nuggets that you just do not want to miss. Neil Patel was at one of the events that we went to, and I mean, honestly, the information that man gave out in a 20-minute span, I mean, literally, he was shotgunning the information. People were trying to snap pictures and everything as fast as he could go ahead and put the stuff onto the boards, and I mean, it's incredible the amount of information that comes out during one of those live events. And they always have special guest speakers that are worth the trip alone.
Absolutely, man. And you know, I like going for many reasons. Obviously, the amount of knowledge that I learn in the 72 hours that I'm there, which, by the way, Neil Patel was actually in Vegas the last time they had it in Vegas, which was 2 events ago, and that's where we will be back at this time around next weekend. So again, if you haven't got your ticket yet, they actually lowered the price $100 to be able to see if they can break some records. They're already, I think they said they're already at capacity, but they think they can get permission for some more seats. So there's going to be well over 1,000 people in these rooms, maybe even close to 2,000 people in these rooms for 3 days. So the ticket right now is $97, which is the same price, Arvo, if you remember, when they put those tickets on sale in Nashville, which was the last event, that night it started out at $97, and it's been slowly going up, and people have been grabbing them. This is the first time, as you can see here, I've been to 5 events. This will be my 5th event coming up, and this is the first time that David Wood actually came out and said, I'm going to lower the price. He didn't get a call from like his his attorney or whatever, or his accountant that said, hey, you got to lower the price. It's just one of those things that absolutely shocked the hell out of a lot of people. Now, if you're not going, then you still need to sell as many tickets as you can, because here's the thing. I'm going to see if I can pull up the PDF from last night, because if you sell 5 tickets, if you get 5 of your team members to go at the $97 price or whatever price it was at, then I know Chris Jones will personally do a video with you, and Chris Jones is the founder of the iPass system. And so he said that he would absolutely do a video with anybody and everybody that sells 5 event tickets going into next week, and that's huge. That's a lot of social proof that you can use when you've got a multi-millionaire doing a video with you to help you go ahead and get your team to Vegas. I actually have it pulled up here. Sell 5 tickets by 7/24, which is in 3 days. Chris Jones personally record a video with you. Sell 10 tickets. You get the VIP special seating during the event. I'm actually VIP. I already have it, but I paid an extra $300 for it. You also get an iPass T-shirt from Chris Jones. If you sell 20 tickets, you get to attend the exclusive invite-only speakers mastermind. Just as big, if not bigger than VIP day, because you're in a room. It's just you and all of basically the top people that are killing it within our organization in a room. And I mean, you get to shoot away with as many questions as you want. And the way our leadership group is, everybody's open for this. You also, if you sell 20 tickets by, I think it's Friday, you receive a video of you with the leaders to use in your marketing. Are you serious? That is awesome. Arvo, let me ask you this. If there was one leader besides me, I know you're going to say me, okay, discount me. If there was one leader that you would say you want to do a video with, who would it be?
Oh, dude, I'd have to go ahead and narrow it down to 2 there and everything.
No, you got to pick one.
The hippie Jedi is my man and everything here. Man, what's that?
Justin Varengia.
Yep, that he's my man and everything. But then again, I've been talking back and forth with Lawrence Tam quite a lot and everything. Lawrence Tam has given me a lot of personal hints, and I've actually IM'd and talked to him quite a bit and everything here. So, like I said, I'd love to go ahead and have a video done with him here, because, like I said, he's my social proof already. He's actually proofread a few of my blogs and helped me out a lot. So I'd probably have to go ahead and go with Lawrence.
Now, again, if you can't make it to the event, you can still sell these tickets. Get your team to Vegas. Get members of the Veteran Network, members of Power Quantum, members of the Dream Team, and I'm gonna give a shout out to the Dream Team. I have to, because our guest is from the Dream Team. I would do it anyway, as we've done it on our radio shows as well, myself and Adam on the Decision Hour, and when we had Tracy Walker on the show. So let me give a quick shout out to them, and let's bring on Rodney. Rodney, you there with us, bud?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Mr. Fatherpreneur, as he is known. Everybody knows him by Fatherpreneur, whether it's on Instagram or it's on Facebook or whatever. This guy has some dance moves like you would not believe, and I've got them all on video. So it's a great thing.
He gathered bribing material for later down the road.
I do. I've got, especially with Jay Cron. If you haven't watched it on the my YouTube page, Jeff Demers, I've got Jay Cron dancing to Billie Jean. Of course, he likes to try to do his Michael Jackson impersonation. And I've also got him singing My Way, which I have not posted because I don't want to make a lot of people mad by posting that. So I might just hold on to that one. But, Rodney, we had a great time in Nashville, dog.
Yeah, that was one of the more fun events that I've been to. And, what's fun about the events is I get to meet great people, A lot of people on your Hangout may be new people, and I'm going to go through a little bit of my journey. Is when I started doing this, I didn't know my target market, I didn't know about branding, I didn't know how to break through on social media, and one major thing that I really went through was feeling like I was the only one trying to speak my message of fatherpreneurship or entrepreneurship. And then it's amazing about how when you go to these events with Empower Network, that you either meet people with a like mind or you meet the person who sparks you to do that great thing. And for me, at my first event in Miami in January of 2014, I want to say, where David Sharp was still a part of the company, fatherpreneurship came to me. And it felt like, oh no, a light bulb went off. And when I started speaking the message of using entrepreneurship to help fathers become more present and engaged, it felt like I was talking to brick walls. So, but going to the events, it allows you to know that there's other people with your exact same story. I mean exact, where last year in September, my family and I, we had a fire at our apartment, and I thought, I'm the only one in Empower Network going through this. In the event in, I believe it was Orlando, I met another, Empower member who had the same exact story. He had a wife, he had a son, he'd been laid off like me. So it allows you to know that you're not the only one, and there are methods and systems that will allow you to get your business off the ground and going. And so what Jeff brought me on to talk about tonight really ties into what Arvo was talking about with your branding. And it is absolutely imperative that you use proper branding. So for me, my brand is fatherpreneur or fatherpreneurship, right? So if you actually Google the term fatherpreneurship, you will find me out of every spot except the top spot, because there's one guy who wrote a blog post that got shared a gabillion times, but every hashtag leads to either a picture of me, a blog post of mine, a Twitter post of mine, an Instagram post of mine, a Facebook post of mine. And that's the importance of being on social media. You may not be the one who's dominating every platform, but when someone Googles you or your brand name, you're everywhere, everywhere. So what I've been focusing on, and I'm going to share with you a few tips. Hopefully I can do a screen share. Jeff, let me know if you see it, okay? I'm going to go through this right now. I'm going to share my entire screen. You let me know. Let me go to my Facebook. Jeff, can you see my Facebook? Let me know.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, so what you're saying is I'm in my Facebook fan page. That's a whole other strategy. If you don't have a fan page, you need to do that ASAP, because when it comes to breaking through into your friend's news feed, your Facebook fan page has more juice. Whether you have a lot of likes and followers or not, your fan page, when you post something, you share something from your fan page to your profile, it bullies its way into your friend's feed. So what I'm showing you is something that I've done semi-recently, where I was tired of posting in groups and getting no engagement, getting no leads, getting nobody interested in my business. So I really just use some of my personality, where I'm a funny guy, I'm a silly guy. Jeff has the videos to prove it. So here's the first one I did. I did a whole series with Kalachu, because I love the product. Of course, if you're in Empower Network, you know about Kalachu and Kalachu Premium, which is, in my opinion, the best release they've ever had. So this is the very first one that I released. So, if you have Kalachu Premium, you actually know the site that I use to do this. So I made a quick little meme. I don't always dominate Google, but when I do, I use Kalachu Premium. What happens is when people see that, they know that the most interesting guy in the world picture, they're going to stop and laugh. At least they're going to give you some likes, but what this gives the opportunity is the verbiage over here, where Kalachu Premium is now live, and it's time for all my fellow entrepreneurs to see what all the buzz is all about. Simply put, blah, blah, blah. And I had a link to one of my sales funnels, okay? So you can also do this in different ways. You actually see the Vanilla Ice one. That's something I did a while back. But I stayed with the Kalachu Premium theme. This is probably one of my most funniest ones, where if you know about the Maury Povich show, he's always doing paternity tests. It says, in the case of a regular job versus an online business, regular job, you are a scam. So this really talks to the entrepreneur at heart. I didn't do Kalachu on this one, but I stayed with the meme process. And also, when you're writing your blurbs, your verbiage, there's a way to get people to read more. If you notice, I said, well, Maury Povich has spoken, ... see more. The see more is going to create more engagement, because they're going to have to click it. They have to scroll down and read what you put. and I was still promoting the Perfect Storm funnel, right? Now, what I noticed is as I went through it, I wasn't getting a lot of people into my funnel, so I did a little bit of a change up. Where here I use a Star Trek meme where Captain Picard is reaching his hand out and it says, "Stop bugging friends and family, just use Kalacha Premium." So that top line, "Stop you bugging friends and family," talks to a lot of people in the MLM world. They will relate to that immediately. They understand having to make the list of family and friends, being a part of the NFL club, the No Friends Left club, because they begged them in every opportunity they've been in. They begged them to come to home parties and house parties. So what happened was the moment I did this, and the wording I used was, "Tired of building your home-based business by bugging family and friends?" Yes, there's plenty of people. I asked a question that got to a root issue. Inbox me to learn more about Kalacha Premium. I should have put, "How can automate your business by helping you generate traffic, leads, and sales?" All of a sudden, I started getting inboxes. And as I kept going along, I kept tweaking my verbiage to say, "Direct message me or email me at my email address." And then that was the secret sauce to going from picture on social media to getting people that were or may have not been in the multi-level marketing, direct sales, internet marketing world. So here's another one. Picture it, Woody, making automated income from a blog. So the wording goes with the picture so much, and I use the ellipsis again. I'm giving away the farm. Well, if I had a real farm, I'd be giving away the farm. And then I use another sales funnel. I was sort of going back and forth at that time. This is a very popular one with the kid who's like, "Are you serious?" So you're telling me that this Kalachu thing works for any business? So that also talks to people that may not be in network marketing. And if you do not know this, Kalachu Premium is our key to getting into other markets, selling our products to other markets, instead of just focusing on network marketers, make money from home people that, like I work with chiropractors, I work with authors, I work with speakers, all through the Kalachu Premium platform, and I actually consult with some of them using the same information I've learned from Empower Network. So here's one I actually spelled Kalachu wrong, I missed an A, but it still actually got other people like, "Hey, you missed an A on that," so it got engagement. I use a lot of words, but I said, "Direct message me at my email," and I actually got a lot of emails. So here's another one. Sorry, I didn't actually mean to click it that hard. I'll go back down. Here we go. "So do you use Kalachu? Do you blog with Kalachu, right?" "No, I use WordPress." And The Rock, has a funny face. And I'm also directing them to use my my email. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over. This is the website that I use. So if you have Kalachu Premium in the media hacks, they tell you about imgflip.com. If you're looking for a way to break through on the social media groups and posts when people going through the feed to make them stop on yours, this is a great website because you can take already there photos, change the words, or you can upload your own photo, download it to your computer, and keep it going. So what I'm also going to show you is another program that I use called Canva. These are all free programs, and free is my favorite French word. Say it with me. Free. Free. It's French. So Canva.com. And as you can see, I've been busy with this for a long time. I make my own graphics for my own blogs or blog I may run for somebody else. Things that catch people's eyes. You can see there's stuff here that catches people's eye. I've handmade all these myself. They have simple templates. They actually have a lot of tutorials on how to make great design. I'm not a graphic designer by trade, but I can follow directions. I know what I see in my head, and this allows me to, as a visual person, take my ideas from my head and put them on in a way and in a format in different sizes, formatted for Google+, Facebook, blogs, Instagram. You can do the format automatically right from Canva.com. And actually, here's one that I'm working on right now for something I'm doing tomorrow, interviewing a lady who's another mommypreneur. I put this together real quick. It might not be the final thing, but let me go ahead and stop sharing. So I know I probably went through a lot very quickly, but it's a really simple way to break through everybody saying, "Hey, look at my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff." Free in French is actually libre, so I know, but I like to make it French. It sounds better. Thanks, Arvo. Like French fry. It's not really French, but realistically, so when you're really starting out and you don't have a lot of money to do paid marketing, but you need to break through in the free marketing world. You can use this on your blog. You can use this on your social media posts. You can use it in your branding. Maybe, let me just, I have a little feeling real quick. I'm going to go over to Google while you guys are looking at my dark face because I have no light here. And let me see, fatherpreneurship. I'm going to see my own images once I Google them. Yep, so let me do another screen share real quick. I love screen shares. Screen shares are great. Share. Okay, so what I did is I Googled fatherpreneurship and went to images. So right now, here's my image, mine. Here, not mine, mine, not mine, mine. So even with the branding, what Arvo was talking about, to tie it into what he was saying, there's me, me. So you can really start to dominate with your brand more than anything if you actually get a handle like fatherpreneurship, veteranpreneur, Jeff's a veteran, this is the network that he runs. If you have something that's a strong name, you can brand it by using images. So this all really ties into what Arvo was saying. He was right on the point with a lot of what he was saying, is that if you're going up against big brands, you have to be smart in your approach. And using images is one of the best ways that I've come across to break through all the, hey, sign up for this email scam and, buy my juice and health and wellness and free to sign up, where you don't have to stoop down to the crappy marketing techniques, and you can just stand out of the crowd as a professional, somebody who looks like what they're doing. Because of this campaign I did, someone actually called me a guru for the first time. I was like, I'm a guru? Okay, I just used IMG Flip. Okay, but I'll take it. So, but what it does is it further establishes your authority. Say it with me in French. Authority. I know you like that, Arvo. I know he's gonna give you the real French word soon. In Spanish, it's autoridad. But anyway, so yeah, but you're establishing authority. You're getting your presence out there. You're actually without using a lot of SEO, you're actually leveraging search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. And there's also something really cool from Instagram and from Twitter. I forget the name of this company, but they index every hashtag. So if you were to just go to regular Google on the tech side, there's this company, they index all the videos I've done on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook with the hashtag of fatherpreneurship. So it's free link juice. So if you haven't started using images, if you haven't really got down to branding, you need to do this ASAP. You need to say to yourself, who's my avatar? Who's that one person I need to talk to? If it's other veterans, if it's people in a certain branch of the military, if it's retired veterans. My grandfather served in the Navy, my uncle served in Vietnam in the Army, so I have a connection to the veterans, and I have a lot of respect for them. So, when I met Jeff, I was like, man, you need to talk to veterans, because I've heard a lot of the stories from veterans who don't get treated well when they come home. So I knew that it was something that resonated, and he was onto something, and now he has a team. So obviously, it worked. You guys are here watching this hangout. It worked. So he had his niche. There's plenty of veterans out there that need a new way to generate income versus living off of what the government may do or the income they may have from a job. Maybe they've been disabled. I've heard all the stories, or a lot of the stories, about how the VA doesn't treat the wounded veterans right. So why not take that power into your own hands, your own care back into your own hands, and say, forget that, let me treat myself right. So this is one way to do these things, and you might want to say thank you to Jeff for putting together these kind of hangouts and this kind of material, because what you're getting for free is things that we paid a lot of money for and spent a lot of time studying to break through and get traffic, leads, and sales. So if you don't think this is valuable, you might want to retool your thinking, listen to some Inner Circle audios, because this is highly, highly valuable stuff. So you want to maybe you want to stop and listen, maybe listen to the replay of this if there's going to be a replay, go through, take notes if you haven't been taking notes. But imgflip.com, canva.com, branding, get on every social media platform that makes sense to your brand. Because I'm actually working with somebody tomorrow where privacy is a very important thing for her. So she can't be all on social media saying how she treats her, psychology clients or psychiatric clients, because that goes against privacy. So make sure your brand is clear, who your target is, go where they are. Put your content where they are. Use hashtag research. There's hashtag research just like there's keyword research. So find the right hashtags. This actually helps me grow my Twitter following by using images, all this stuff. So I'll take a deep breath. I'll say thank you, Jeff, for having me out. I hope you guys got some great value from this, that you use it immediately. imgflip.canva.com. God bless you. I want to say thank you for your most valuable commodity on earth, which is your time, because once you give it away, you never get it back.
Outstanding, Rodney, man. I appreciate you so much for coming on and just dropping those nuggets, man. Arvo as well, but I mean, Rodney, I was going to stop you like 13 minutes ago. I was like, man, this guy's on a roll. Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. So IMG Clip is actually one that I didn't know about, and I actually touched on Instagram and how to get your free pictures last week. Throw that one on there. I do use Canva. I also use Morgfile, but IMG Clip looks like a lot more fun. So I'll definitely go ahead and set that out. Rodney, I do want to thank you for coming on, but I also want to ask you a question, and you better have the right answer for this, because if you don't, I'm going to tell her. If you had one leader that you were going to do a video with, who would it be?
That's a tough question. I heard you ask Arvo that question. One, man, well, I'll put it like this. I got my interview with the one guy I wanted to do. He's the creator of Collateral Premium, which is Chris Record. So
right.
He's sort of like in and out of the world, but if there's somebody that I could interview now that had a story that resonated with my audience, with moms and dads, entrepreneurs, it's probably got to be now, because she just had a baby, Tracy Walker. Her son is about the same age as my daughter. He's a few months, or maybe not even a month older than my son, and my daughter. And Aaron Rashkin has a very strong story about his son. And, those two, and then I have my story with Chris Record, so those are probably it.
Outstanding, man. And being that you are a member of the Dream Team, which is run by Tracy Walker, you had better have dropped her name in there. Throw that one out there. But then again, you get to be on a hangout with her every week, so I can definitely see, picking the minds of somebody else. Now, how long have you been on the Dream Team?
I believe I joined at the end of 2013, became an affiliate early 2014. So 2013, got with Empower. 2014 became an affiliate, and it's been up since there, just personally and business-wise.
Outstanding, man. Well, we definitely appreciate you for coming on. Arvo, same thing. You guys are awesome. I know that a lot of my team actually had to work tonight, which is why I am recording this, and I'll send the links to both of you so that way you can use this for your list as well, and go ahead and send it out to your people, so that way you can definitely capitalize on just the massive amount of value that you just sent out there. So we definitely appreciate you guys for coming on. One thing, I got about 10 minutes or so to go over something, so this is going to be kind of like a fast class, but if you have any questions on this, you can definitely message me, Jeff Demers, on Facebook. If you're on the team, then you already have my information, so absolutely. But we're going to go over a little bit about a sales funnel, because I know there's a lot of people, we've got a lot of new members in the last few weeks for the Veteran Network, some veterans, some active duty. Everybody supports, which is important, but they don't understand how a sales funnel works or what a sales funnel even is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover that real quick. I don't have time to cover everything, so I'm just going to go through the basics. So let's go ahead and get that started. Let me see if I can go ahead and move this a little closer. Here we go. All right. So, all right, Arvo, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Perfect.
Outstanding. Thank you. All right. So a sales funnel. Okay. When you think about a funnel, you think about maybe like an oil funnel. You pour it in, and it all comes out the bottom and into the engine. Well, This is pretty similar, except you're pouring in people, and you want to pour in as many people as possible, because there's two things that you want to do until you're reaching, between $20,000 and $30,000 a month. There's two things that you should be concentrating on and concentrating your daily efforts on. The first one is sponsoring, and the second one is selling. And only one of those you actually get paid for. That's selling. We don't get paid just to bring in affiliates, okay? That's why we're not a pyramid scheme. That's one of the many reasons why we're not a pyramid scheme. So until you actually reach those figures, the only two things that you need to do day in and day out is sponsor and sell. Sponsor and sell, sponsor and sell. That's it, period. You don't have to worry about building a team. You don't have to worry about putting events together. You don't have to worry about any of that until you are at the magic numbers of anywhere between probably $15,000 and $25,000 to $30,000 a month. You sponsor and you sell all day long. That's it, period. Okay? And we're giving you the tools and the ways to be able to do that and to be able to market by building your brand, by tackling social media and using the right images and being funny and allowing people to actually respond to your pictures and things like that. All right, so basically, it all starts off with your promotion, whatever it is that you're doing now. Empower Network has a lot of different ways in your back office for you to be able to promote your business. They've got a lot of different sales videos. Let me go ahead and look that up real quick. Okay. So they've got a lot of different videos that you can use in your back office that's under your promotions label. Now, what do you do with those and where do you put them? Well, you do just like Rodney just did. You put them on your Facebook fan page. Okay, fan page. You put them on Instagram. You put them on Twitter. You put them on Pinterest. Wherever your home base is, first off, when it comes to dealing with social media, if you're just starting out, like a lot of our members are, pick two, learn them, get really good at them, and then move on. Don't try and master all these because there's a lot more than just those, okay? Just pick two, get really, really good at them, and then go ahead and move on and add one or two. All right, when you're bringing in, you shouldn't really move forward from these until you're bringing in anywhere from 20 to 30 leads a day. And these are all free leads, okay? Do not move away from those main two that you selected, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, whatever, until you're bringing in 20 to 30 leads a day. Okay, because if you can do that, that means that you've mastered that area. Okay. So you got your promotion, you got your video. Okay. And that video, basically it says click here, to check it out, and that goes straight to a capture page. Now, a capture page captures information. So on the capture page, you're going to collect their email address, at a minimum, their email address. A lot of people don't like using phone numbers because they don't, these are former telemarketers and they don't even want to mention trying to sell on the phone. I know Dave Wood, to this day, still hasn't picked up the phone and done a cold call for Empower Network. All right? All of his leads that he talks to are warm or hot leads. So you got your email and maybe your name. Those are the two that I would definitely have on there. But if you're comfortable talking on the phone, you want to do that, this is your business, go ahead and add the phone number. Okay? Me personally, I just left the cubicle 2 months ago, having to dial 100 dials a day. I will not go back to that. I don't have to. Okay? So you got your capture page. You got your promotion, you got your capture page, and your capture page takes you to the video. So when they input their information, that on a page that says, check out how this 37-year-old veteran escaped the cubicle, and now makes an income from home. Okay, maybe that's something that says that maybe one of mine. I'll probably tune it up a little bit, but that once they put in their information, it'll then go to a bridge video. Okay, now this is not the actual sales video. The bridge video is basically you thanking them thanking them for opting in for more information, for wanting to check out the video. It's also your opportunity to kind of let them know who you are and what you do. So, for example, you say, you know what, thank you very much for checking out my video today. I definitely appreciate your interest. Hopefully this information will definitely help you move forward in your career or along the path that you want to go through. I just wanted to go ahead and take this short 2-minute video and let you know who I am. My name is Jeff Demers. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be your coach from this point forward. If you want to do coaching, then you would mention I'm going to be your coach to help you along this path. So that's what the bridge video is. And then at the end, just say, okay, so go ahead and click the button below. Go ahead and check out that video that I promised you, and we'll be in touch. So it goes from the bridge video over to the actual sales video, okay? And all of those video links, again, are on Empower Network's back office. They just did one for Kalatu Premium members. That is the, what is that one? That's the $1 Million Ring. They just did the documentary for the $1 Million Ring. It's about a 30-minute video. It's an awesome, awesome video. So use that video. I highly, highly recommend using that video. There's a few other videos back there for individuals that don't have Kalatu Premium. So you got your sales video, and at that point, they'll either go ahead and they'll buy, or they won't buy. There's only two choices they have: to buy or not to buy. That is the question. Now, if they buy, obviously you'll get the alert that says so-and-so has gone ahead and joined, and you'll get an email for it. Now, even if they don't join, you'll probably still get an email, because when they put in their information up here on the capture page, that went to your follow-up series, which is your autoresponder, okay? So, which is your email marketing system. And in Empower Network, there's a couple that we use. Okay. First off, I love Aweber. I have pretty much mastered Aweber, but I also use GetResponse. So I've got more than one list. Actually, I've got 3 lists out there, but one of them is a little bit more expensive. So Aweber and GetResponse, for those of you that are starting out, it's about $25 a month for each one of them. And I believe each one of them also has a free month to get started. Okay, I have another one that actually has almost 21,000 leads. Now, those were extremely, not exactly cold leads, but not exactly warm leads. These are people that were interested, but they're not very active. So, and that list is about 21,000 deep that I email almost on a daily basis. And occasionally, I'll get a message that says, "Hey, so and so checked it out. So and so opened up your email." And it tells you the title of the email. Same thing for Aweber and GetResponse. You can actually track how many people and who are opening them up. Now, why is this important? Because, again, if they don't buy, they may be interested. They may be checking it out right now. You know, maybe something they want to do down the road. I know, for example, I had one person that I brought in that was on my email list for a little over a year, and occasionally I saw that he would open it up. He's actually a member of the Veteran Network today, and that's great. He was always checking the stuff out, and then finally one day he joined, and I saw that in my back office when I looked at my team. To kind of see, you know, how many levels down. I'm actually like 7 levels down for my team right now. So I saw his name pop up, and I was like, holy cow, I got to get in touch with this guy. So that's why these are important. Just because they don't buy immediately doesn't mean they're not going to buy. Doesn't mean they're not going to join. So definitely important. So again, you got your promo link that you send them to, which is probably something on your Facebook page or your picture or anything that Ronald went over. And then that goes to the capture page. That goes to your bridge page. Hey, thank you very much for checking this out. I just want to take the opportunity to introduce myself, yada, yada, yada. Go ahead and check out the video below. And that goes to your sales video. At that point, they'll either buy or not buy. And if they don't buy, they'll go to you. They're already on your email list, so you can go ahead and follow up with them later. Okay. Autoresponders. How much time I got? I got 3 minutes. Autoresponders should be like a whole new class because there's a certain formula that you want to go ahead and I'll say them, and you can go back through and redo those, or you can go back and listen to it again. But at a minimum, you should have 7 autoresponders set up. And an autoresponder is something that automatically goes out day after day after day after day. You should have a minimum of 7. And every day you want to teach your people something. The only way they're going to stay on your list and continue to open up your emails is if you teach them something, if you bring value. So they have to know that they're not just going to open up this email and it says bye, 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 and then they would get another one the next day. It says bye, 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 bye. You have to teach them stuff. I love sending out little lessons to my list, and on average, I get between 10 and 15% of my emails opened up for my list. So I know there's a lot of people, and that's probably average between the 3 that I use. 10% open rate is usually pretty good. So you want to give them little things. So for example, number 1, you can teach them about a sales funnel. Number 2, you can teach them about autoresponders. Number 3, you can teach them how to drive traffic. Number 4 would be like a hard pitch. That's where you'll remind them again, hey, if you haven't gotten in, if you haven't joined the team, if you haven't taken advantage of my free coaching, this is when you want to do it. With the event coming up and whatnot. So that's a hard pitch. You definitely want to do that. Number 5 is something of value. Another thing of value. And again, something of value is something that they can take right now and implement it right now. All right, so they can read your email and go watch whatever video that you want them to watch and learn whatever it is that you want them to learn, and they can take it and use it immediately. Email number 6 is the same thing, something of value, and email number 7, because again, you want a minimum of 7 autoresponders, automatic follow-up, 7 days in a row. That's another hard pitch, and I use a tool from SurveyMonkey where I actually have my people go out and they will fill out a survey, and I'll ask them, fill out the survey so we can schedule our free one-on-one coaching session. For something of value, I'll offer like 15 minutes to 30 minutes of free coaching, okay, for them to join and to help them get started. So that's pretty much it. It's 8 o'clock, and it's 8 o'clock on the West Coast, 11 o'clock on the East Coast. So again, I definitely want to thank Arvo for coming on, and I want to thank Rodney as well for coming on. Adam Bird has been patiently waiting, and he is a member of the leadership group. Adam, come on out, man. Give us some words of wisdom, maybe something that you want to add on to this, so we can go ahead and get them to the event in Vegas next week.
Stay focused. Follow your dreams. Don't let anybody try to distract you. Throw those illusions that I've talked about in previous shows that we've done on the Decision Hour, which we'll be recording and posting tomorrow, so make sure you check those shows out. There's going to be a lot more. I've got several guests lined up. We got about the next 2 months worth of interviews. I was at an event last week speaking with the CEO of IBM, Dell, Pitney Bowes, USAA, and they're all interested in learning more about how we became entrepreneurs and small business owners. So we all fall under that category. We're all entrepreneurs, and again, the biggest thing is keep your eye on the prize.
Outstanding, Adam. Thank you. And yeah, for those of you that don't know, myself and Adam, we actually host a weekly podcast called The Decision Hour, and it's for you guys. It's for entrepreneurs. A lot of times we have guests on there that will help you get started, or they want to tell their story about why they got started and how making the decision to do so has helped them out. And a lot of times I like to teach. I don't know everything, but what I do know, I want to get out there. And that's another important thing to the newest members. I definitely want to say this: learn, do, teach. All right. It doesn't matter if you know a little bit about a little bit. You know a lot more than a lot of people just by knowing that a little bit. And that's why you have it within you as well to actually come on the team training next week and go ahead and do that. So I can't wait to see who volunteers for next week. I think, Adam, you already stepped up to the plate. I'm
going to talk about coaching and the importance of having a coach, an entrepreneur coach, a life coach, somebody that you check in with every week or once a month. So I'm going to talk about some of the things that I learned at this event, and coaching is going to be next week's topic.
Outstanding, man. Coaches, mentors, extremely important. And obviously, I'll do a little something, but let's see who else wants to step up and be a leader. Arvo, again, we definitely appreciate you. Rodney, again, we definitely appreciate you. Big shout out to the Dream Team. Shout out to Power Quantum. Shout out to the Carolina Mechanic, Mr. Arvo. Definitely appreciate you, man. Arvo, you have anything before we close out?
No, it's been a good evening. It's been a great training.
Outstanding. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you in Vegas. I do know that you have your mom coming in. I understand, me personally, I'd take my mom to Vegas. It's my call. If she
got
was
my tickets, got my hotel. All I got to do is get my ride out there.
Outstanding, man. Well, if you were in Phoenix, you could ride up with me. But, yeah, I understand that. But so we definitely appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for coming on. That is it for the team training for this week. Excellent training from everybody. Thank you guys very, very much. And, hey, have a great night. We'll see you next week.
Good evening.